Hello everybody, welcome to the Uber game. Can you make it in the gig economy? This game was made by the Financial Times in 2022. Wow, that was quite a long while back ago actually. So this, I guess, is a realistic simulation of what it's like to be a Uber driver. So without further ado, let's ride. This news game is based on real reporting, including interviews with dozens of Uber drivers. For the best experience, please view the game in the latest version of Chrome, Safari, or Firefox on desktop, or on the latest version of iOS or Android on mobile devices. Other browsers or versions may not be fully supported. No. Uh, no, but I'm gonna just continue anyway. You're a full-time Uber driver with 2 kids to support and $1,000 mortgage payment due in a week. Can you earn enough to pay the bills and make more than other players? Absolutely. Your, your difficulty level will affect how easy it is to earn $1,000. The easier difficulty, you live in San Francisco, so basically that is the hardest difficulty. That's California. Do you know how terrible California is right now? So it's easier than Sacramento, I guess. You still live in California. You still live in Cal. Just leave the state. That should be your first prerogative. Oh well. And you have good bank credits, so it is cheaper for you to rent a car. Or the harder difficulty, you have a bad credit rating and can't afford to live in San Francisco. Instead, you live 2 hours away in Sacramento. And you know, gamers, we have to go harder. Because that is the most reasonable situation. You start bright and early on a Monday morning. Pretty soon, you get your first ride request from a Chris. But when you arrive at, at, at the pickup point, you don't see anyone waiting for a ride. What do you do? Call Chris or wait? Well, obviously, he's late, so... And you know, time is of the essence. Time is money, so of course, I'll be calling Chris. A man's voice answers the phone. I'll be right there. Just coming out now, he says. Now I have 2 choices. Hurry up, will you? Or take your time. Now, I know time is of the essence. I literally said that like a minute ago. But, see that 5-star rating over there? This 5-star rating? I want that as high as possible. As high as possible. That is why I'll be nice. Take your time. A few minutes later, a flustered man with a big backpack comes out of a nearby apartment. So, are you Chris? That's me. Oh, sorry about being late, he says, as he gets in the car. Now, I could either drive in silence or strike up a conversation. But you know, I'm not that much of a talkative person, honestly, so I will drive in silence. You do not need to talk to me. I am your driver. My only job is to move you from point A to point B, and you pay me. That's all the transaction needs. That's all what this transaction needs. Hence, there'll be no music, no talk, just the open road. You start driving. Chris checks his phone. 20 minutes later, you arrive at his destination, and I just drop him off. Thanks. Sorry again for making you wait, he says as he gets out. You mark the ride as complete on the Uber app. That was easy. Yeah, yes, it was easy actually. You completed your first fare. Amazing. You're, you're going to be spending a lot of time in your car. What model do you lease? A Toyota Prius or a Dodge minivan? Well, you know what they say. Appearance is everything. So of course, I'll have the better looking car. The Prius is fuel efficient, getting up to 50 miles per gallon. Unfortunately, your poor credit means it'll cost 180 per week. Rent this car, you will also buy insurance for $60 a week. Choose this car, obviously. And, and to prepare for life as a professional driver, you buy an unlimited data plan, phone mount and charging, clean supplies, business. Who will buy a business license? You know what? Let's buy absolutely everything. I'm done shopping. You bought everything. It cost $156. You used a credit card, so you don't have to pay right away. All set. You you live in Sacramento, where fares are a third less than than in, than than in a bigger city than San Francisco. Do you drive 2 hours to work to SF instead? SF, obviously. I want that cash. You keep the app on and score a ride that takes you all the way into San Francisco. You just made $56. Awesome. You check your phone as you arrive in SF. Message from Uber. Uber request. Drive 75 trips, make 180 extra. You have until 4 a.m. on Friday. Set request. SF is a lot busier than Sacramento. It's pretty stressful driving here. You drove for 7 hours. That is a lot. And 21 more rides. That. Coming to SF was definitely the right decision. But after driving for so long, you're starting to get hungry. Obviously, you are going to get a pizza. It's getting late, and you have a 2-hour drive to get back home. Now, I could either go back home, or I could freshen up at the gym because I bought that gym membership. Remember? So you take a shower at the gym, feeling refreshed. You keep driving for just a while longer. Just like that. 8 more drives. I'm on that grind. It's been a long day, and you don't want to burn out too quickly, so you drive home. And at the end of the first day, today, you drove for 13 hours, completed 30 rides, and earned 282 in fares. And you still need 45 rides before Friday, to get the bonus. Start day 2. It's Tuesday. Your back aches from having spent the whole day in the car yesterday. Drive to San Francisco. You stop to fill up your gas. Do you get a receipt? Yes. You carefully keep it in a folder for your expenses. You also take some time to track your mileage, so you can claim tax deductions later. You turn on your Uber app and start driving. Drive. 38. As you drop off a passenger in the financial district of the northeast of San Francisco, you notice there's a surge pricing in the Sunset District. The street X fare is attractive, but Sunset is 30 miles away. You know, gr- you, you know, too much greed, that's bad. Don't chase it. But that's what a loser would say. Chase it. Tripling your earnings is just too tempting. You start driving over to the search zone, but the roads are busy and the traffic lights are not on your side tonight. You are 3 blocks away when the search ends. You just wasted half an hour. Well, darn. Darn. Just 40 bucks. And drive for 5 hours. Oh, that's terrible. Uh, you get a message from your friend. A group of them are meeting up for her birthday dinner in, in Sacramento and ask if you want to join. Well, sorry, friends, but the grind never stops. No. Work is more important. You say you can't make it. Drive. Sorry, friend. I made 6 more drives. You turn off the app for a bit, stop the car, and stretch your aching legs, but a wave of exhaustion hits you. You decide, you decide to call it a day. The 2-hour drive back to Sacramento is long and boring. Today, you drove for 13 hours, completed 22 rides, and earned $116 in fares? That's terrible. And you still need 23 rides before Friday to get the bonus. Start day 3. It's Wednesday. You wake up to find the sun bright in the sky, and your phone's clock showing 11:39 a.m. You must have slept clean through your alarm. Start working. You're feeling less tired after a good night's sleep and more confident getting behind the wheel. You head over to San Francisco. As you drive along the highway, a pebble hits your windshield and leaves a chip. I mean, appearance is everything. If your Uber driver has a chipped window, that probably means he's, well, sloppy, so clearly, I need to repair immediately. You find a nearby auto shop. They take an hour to fix your widescreen and charge you $30. And you put it on your credit card. There. And you drive for 5 hours and $72. You pick up a friendly passenger and have a pleasant chat during the ride. You know what? Yeah, give her 5 stars. Why not? Soon you get a notification. She gave you a $10 tip and an excellent service badge. Friendly and professional. Would ride again. That's what she said. Drive. Hey! Yeah, I did it. 75. You finish your quest. You get the 180 bonus. Today, you drove for 12 hours, completed 23 rides, and earned $148 in fares. Start day 4. Alright, quest completed. And getting that moolah. Boys. Since you already finished your quest, and the next one won't start until Friday, don't you take the day off? No. Keep working. Ain't no rest for the wicked. You need every penny you can earn. As you head out, you remember that you promised your son was to be home by 7 p.m. to help him with his homework. Well, I guess I could just drop in Sacramento today. And take it easy today. Amazing. 120. You make it home in time to help your son with his homework, as you promised. It's the end of day 4. Today, You drove for 11 hours, you completed 15 rides, and earned 820 in fares. Start day 5. It's completed. Awesome. It's Friday, and you look forward for, 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 for the lucrative weekend period. New Uber request. Drive 65 trips. Make 150 extra. You have until 4 a.m. on Monday as a request. You are determined to finish the quest as well. Friday and Saturday nights are coming to the busiest time to rise, but the peak periods don't start until 10 p.m. Well, don't care. Start driving. And you decide to stick to your normal schedule and start driving during the day. You head into San Francisco at your usual hour. Drive. 136, baby. You would normally finish up around now, especially since you have a 2-hour drive to get back home. But I have the gym membership, and I'm so close to getting enough money to cover my expenses, so gym time. And take a break to shower and freshen up at the gym before continuing. Drive. Break, yeah. Not 3 hours. You arrive at a pickup to find 2 passengers holding In-N-Out burgers. So you know this place is California. In-N-Out burgers that they are about to eat in the car. Nice love burgers too. You know, you have to be friendly. You have to be friendly. I love burgers. Just give me a fry. They get in the car, and you start driving. From the rear view mirror, when you see one of them take a bite, and some ketchup drips onto the seat. I could say something, but this rating, yeah, I have to keep that, so keep quiet. Besides, I have the cleaning equipment. I all thought this beforehand. They blindly continue eating. You can't stop thinking about the stain. Eventually, they finish their burgers, and the rest of the trip passes without incident. Your back seat is dirty. Fortunately, you have cleaning supplies in the trunk. Just clean the car. Easy as that. And you spend some time cleaning up. Your next passenger is impressed by how clean your car is. You can barely keep your eyes open on the way back to Sacramento to take a short nap. You pull over and take a short nap. Eventually, when you make it home. Today, you drove for 14 hours and completed 28 rides and earned 219 in fares, and you still need 37 rides before the end of Thursday. No, Sunday, to get the bonus. Start day 6 is Saturday. Saturday, do you take the day off? I mean, it's a weekend after all. Go to work. You only rest on Sundays. Message from Uber. The San Francisco Giants are playing at AT&T Park today. Earn a boosted 1.5x fare for trips from there from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. today. Got it. 17 rise. We're so close. You hear on the radio that the baseball game has just ended. So head to the stadium we're waiting for. You make your way to the baseball stadium before the game ends. Sure enough, lots of people are requesting rides there. Great. Great. Absolutely great. Say, say, first time, 3x. I failed, but, you know, I made it here. It's all about taking your shot. You must take your shot whenever you can. So you get lucky with a relatively long ride to outer Richmond and earn $30 on a boosted fare. It sure is busy this Saturday evening. Time to make some moolah. 205. Not enough. And today you drove for 12 hours, completed 30 rides, and earned 271 in fares. And you still need 7 rides before the end of Saturn Sunday to get the bonus. Start day 7. Where rest. It's Sunday, and you still need 7 more rides to get the weekend bonus. Okay, so apparently I cannot rest today. I cannot rest. So I'm not Christian. Okay. A passenger insists you drop her off at the entrance to the Caltrain station, which is a no-stop zone. Refuse. Completed. Awesome. You stop nearby and explain why you cannot drop her off at the entrance, since but she is not convinced. Well, I insist, I'm not going to break the law, lady. She slams the door as she gets set. You get a bad rating from her, but that's better than risking a traffic ticket. Karen. 48. As you finish the ride, the passenger opens the door to get out and hits a lamppost, denting your car door. I'm sorry, but I'm in a hurry, he says as he rushes off. Why don't you take out with Uber? I can report this to Uber, or I can do it by myself. Well, bureaucracy, it is a bitch. But you know, I'm poor. That's a problem. I'm poor. Just send it to Uber. Complete it. You document everything and report the incident to Uber. Uber begins the claim process, but in the meantime, your account is suspended. What a bitch. Repair. And you spend the rest of the day getting your car fixed and arranging for a different rental car so you can get back on the road next week. Today, you drove for 8 hours, completed 14 rides, and earned 112 in fares. At the end of the week, were you savvy enough to survive as a full-time Uber driver? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how you did. Your stats. Power 83, rides completed, 162, driver's rating, 4.81, not bad. Your income, weekend quest bonus. What is Uber XL? What's Uber XL? I don't know. So car rental, upgrades, fuel. Oh, $3. Wait, why zero tax? And get fuel receipts for tax deductions. $3. 3. Sorry, you only earned. That was so close. You weren't able to make enough money to pay your $1,000 mortgage bill, but you did earn more money than 4% of other players on hard mode. You made 12.01 an hour. Your working hours meant that they earn more than the $10.50 minimum hourly wage in California. Well done. And took no days off. You help your son with his homework. 85% of other players did the same. Seeing that people do care about their children. And you bought a business license. So the business license was a complete scam. I've been scammed. That business license did nothing. What am I supposed to do with a business license when I'm a professional Uber driver? I am a professional slave. You dick. The Uber game was produced by Robin Kwong, David Blood, Leslie Hook, Rebecca Turner, Callum Locke, Andrew Rinnensland, Nikolai Knoll, and Joanna Cow. This game is based on FT reporting and interviews with Uber drivers. Read more about their story. Well, that was a pretty good game, everybody. I and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, share, and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. That'd be all.